Hello guys, I hope you all had a great Christmas, and we're back with the 6th car, if my maths is correct. Just like I said last time, it would be the Force India round Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, that's it. It's been way too long with these racetracks, but as you can see, the colour's a little bit familiar, so I really didn't know what to do for the Force India at first. Again, same with the Sauber, I didn't want to just leave it on its own. So what I did is, we get really squished really tight. I didn't want to create something absolutely funky, like the Sean Ball design that's been thrown around for about a few years now. That's dark purple and hot pink and a little bit of black accents, and it looks amazing. Don't get me wrong, it is a fantastic looking car, but I just don't feel like it's feasible at this point. I would have obviously chucked it in maybe like last year when it was not too old, but obviously by this point there's not much point, like seeing as the route that they went year just gone for 2018, it was just an awful livery. Like, they went really bright pink. So what I did for this one in particular was kind of bring the pink back down a little bit, because there was also a lot of criticism about how pink it was and stuff like that. So it's a very similar pink to the 2017 one, where that Force India, that looked amazing. It was a very good car. I tried doing what I could to put a bit of that into this car, but given the direction that BWT are going with how they want their cars to look, with the silver and no bubbles, then it's not really feasible. So obviously that's what you get from this perspective. You get the BWT as it is, and you obviously get the silver stripes that go all the way down the monocoque, go all the way down towards the nose. On the shark fin there's a bit of grey, and obviously around the side pods there's also some more grey. You would have seen that in the thumbnail. There's no exterior shots in this video for it, unfortunately. Just because when I filmed this, I wasn't thinking. I was just super frustrated. Like, as you probably seen already on these 2 laps, I just can't get to grips with this car. This, I believe, was the first one I recorded out of the 3 that I did, so I was struggling awfully. Obviously picked up a little bit better in Australia for the Renault, and then obviously for the Alfa Romeo in Belgium, but I was just struggling so bad. Like, I think at one point in this video I actually checked to see what my settings were, because I used a controller on this to record this video, because I hooked up my wheel about a few weeks ago, a few weeks before I recorded this, and it just wasn't working. So I had to check to see if any of those settings had come across, and they hadn't. I reset everything back to default, and I was just struggling. Like, I can't see that it's the car handling or performance, because I would have noticed how bad the car is beforehand, if that makes sense. So it's really difficult to come to terms with. So it's going to be a bit of practice, I suppose. And obviously when the season mod's released, you guys will have that luxury of having to learn to cope with the car and just try and just get used to it, because it is, honest to God, some of these cars are incredibly difficult. On tracks like Spa, the Sauber handled a lot better than obviously when I tried Monaco. So Monaco, I'm probably going to have to try that in when I do the Mercedes or something like that. I don't think the McLaren would help, to be honest. It'd probably be an improvement, but in all honesty, I don't know what track I'm going to do the Williams on. I really don't. That's going to be near impossible to even get a remotely good race on, given that. But you'll see a little bit of the Williams at the end of this video. You'll also see Kubica's helmet and the new Lewis Hamilton helmet. So the one thing I think is kind of cool about these videos is, if you've watched all of them so far, you would see little bits and pieces of the mod. And if you started from the Haas one and you're here, you'll kind of see, in a way, all the things being implemented in together. It was supposed to be the introduction to the race, with the starting grid and all that stuff, but ended up cutting that out just for the pure fact of something was going wrong. I can't remember what it was exactly. Something wasn't working properly, so I had to reset everything. So obviously that grid wouldn't have worked in terms of this race. So I think Leclerc was starting on pole next to Gasly, and obviously at this point Leclerc's down in 7th, and Gasly's, I don't know where Gasly is. I think Gasly might be in 3rd or 4th or something like that. So again, what I think's ironic as well is that I haven't changed the performance, but it seems like the Red Bull was obviously a lot more competitive than it would be normally. Uh, it's weird, like it varies from race to race, but this Force India, in all honesty, when I first did the first design of it, I put it in the game, was like, okay, let's see how it looks, and I was just like, it's so basic and bland, like it looked boring in a sense, so I added I don't know if you would call it red or dark pink accents to the silver, and now it looks a lot better. So it's just one of those things. And if you're wondering about the JCB logos, the reason for that is because Lance Stroll, obviously being Canadian, if you hadn't guessed, it's involved with him. It's one of his sponsors in a sense. It's not directly to him, but the reason it's on the car is because of him. Now, the reason I haven't got Canada left on the car is because, in all honesty, I was running out of space to put stickers, to be honest with you. There's a lot going on in this car. So you got the JCB on the rear wing, the front wing end plates, which is just on the inside of the front wing. And if you see where the BWT is on the halo, it's on there on the chassis as well. You can probably see it from the thumbnail, but if you can't, then there'll be a picture of it on my Twitter anyway. So if you're going to go check my Twitter out, you'll be able to see all the photos of the cars, more or less. You'll see them being built as well, rather than just like the final product. But you never know what's going to happen. And I tell you what, I lied to you. You're not going to see Kubica's helmet or Hamilton's helmet or any of the Williams. You have to wait till the next video, because I got my videos modelled up. But anyway, that's been it for this video, guys. I hope you have a wonderful new year, and we'll see you in 2019. And hopefully 2019 season mod won't be too far away after that, but we'll have to say. That's been it from me, guys. Take care. Bye bye.